Hello. I I think I didn't go live right. So there might be people like looking for me. I hope not. Um anyway, I have good news. I wanted to like, have some good news to share to people who might follow me, might listen to me. Um I listen to random people on the internet all the time, so why not me, right? Um, so I don't really do introductions or like get have like background information. I think I should do that more often. But yeah, I currently am like in process of waiting for disability, and I've been waiting for 4 years. I finally got a date. In the meantime, I had this other um a settlement that was supposed to have happened already, and finally it's happening. That's my good news. Finally, I am gonna get a little money coming in. I can pay some back rent to my friend who's been great. I've been staying at her place. Um, she's just an old friend from college who was got a job in the same town as me, and was like, I'm not gonna be there all the time because she has a whole other family. And kind of just let me stay in her house. I am paying her rent, but that's fair. Um and it enabled me to move back to North Carolina. Really, nobody knows that I'm back in North Carolina. I was in California. But I moved back about, I guess it was mid-November. No, it was early November. Um, and then, you know, uh, I was leaving our house, going to Canada, and then they said no to me. That's a whole other story. If you want to like listen to that story, that's like in there too. In my videos as well. But yeah, so I was supposed to be in Canada. I came back. And with no money, I'm just kind of like hanging out, waiting for this settlement, and it finally is happening. So I'm really excited about it. Finally can kind of talk about it. Not going to say any details about it, but it's just basically because at one of my jobs, they fired me because I was sick, and I went through the EEOC, which is Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, I think, and filed a claim, and it didn't go anywhere. I think California is a little different because I won one in North Carolina for the same reason, basically. Because like once people realize like you're not gonna be able to work extra hours and be like super energetic, they want to get rid of you. And so it's just, I'm like really ready to not have to worry about it. Like I work for myself now, but I don't make very much money. Um, and it's hard to generate business when I'm not feeling great and to keep like steady work going. Um, Now I have had clients and I've done plenty of like um, projects and things that I'm proud of, but it's just really hard for me to maintain any level of consistency. And also, some of my cognitive issues come out. I just don't remember things as well. Like, I'm more forgetful. I'm more, just maybe flaky. I don't know. It's not flaky like on purpose, but I just have a lot going on. There's a lot of pain in my body all the time. My stomach is always kind of threatening me. I have to eat like really specific things. It's really annoying. Um, so Anyway, so I get that, and then next month I have my disability appointment, um, and I'm really excited about that. I I'm hoping that, well, I know for my doctor assessment I had last month. Um, she agrees with me about, like, you know, work being an issue, and then my mental health accept my mental health assessment was, like, really interesting because it really brought up some, like, bad memories and made me realize that some of the things that I think I've been through have affected me more, um, than I care to admit, and in more deep in deeper ways than I care to admit. Um, so it was just kind of like a bummer. It was a total bummer, like, to have to do that. To total strangers, just no relationship, just tell them all of my pain and my my trauma and stuff. Like, that was no fun. Um, so I'm really excited about that, and I think I think I have, like, an idea for how to do my YouTube videos a little bit better. Um, because my health is just so weird. Um, I'm gonna try to go live, but have, like, no camera. But I'm gonna work hard to, like, make a little cartoon or something. Like, not yet, but, like, I'm gonna eventually, like, really get my YouTube channel together. Like, when I have more time that I can devote to it, like, I'm gonna, like, spend more time. I can spend more time editing and, putting more time into, like, other um subjects beyond just me. Um, there's a lot going on in the country. I have a lot of opinions. And I have a lot of things that I'm gearing up to do. And I think it would be really interesting to share more of that. But for right now, this is almost like therapy for me. It's like I have, like, very little, like, social life. Although I did hang out with I hang out with my friend, and we did music bingo, which was really kind of fun. It was not my music scene. There's a country music fan in there. Oh my God. Country music sounds the same. Just every song sounds the same to me. But it was fun. There were some 80s and 70s and stuff like that. But that was really fun. But after that, maybe it's because I had she gave me like two really big glasses of wine. But it just messed me up for like 2 days. I'm just kind of recovering from it now. It's Super Bowl Sunday. I have zero plans, zero. Like, I'm not doing anything today. I'm doing this. Well, not gonna be on live or anything, but I'm gonna basically, be on my phone or be on YouTube. I'm gonna call my mom and maybe talk to a friend or something later, but I really could care less about the Super Bowl. But I mean, that's just the state of my, like, I haven't, honestly, with the social life, it's like I can have a much better social life than I do. I used to have a really good social life. I used to go out with my friends. I used to, like, hang out, have stuff to do, never be home. That lasted. Honestly, I've always kind of struggled a little bit, but in my 20s, I definitely hung out and um, did a lot more. But I definitely always had to pay for it. It's just that now I pay for it a lot heavier than I used to. It just takes like a whole 2 days to get better. Whereas off of two glasses of wine, it took me 2 days. Whereas I've been drunk as a skunk more times than I can count. Um, Not proud of it. It's not something I'm like, "Woo, I've been drunk this stuff." But it's just, you know, done plenty of things that were questionable. Um, have lots of stories, lots of crazy, insane, drunk stories that I probably will never tell the internet. And the great thing is, this is like before everybody's phone was a camera or some type of like recording device. Back in the day, I did have like the flip phone and the big brick and things like that, but well, not the big brick, not like the 80s, like you know, greed is good brick, but like the bigger than it should be brick. Anyway, um, so yeah, I've experienced technology in all its like earliest forms. I remember my friend from high school, she had a phone in a bag. Like her parents spoiled the crap out of her. She had a new car before she turned 16. When she was 15, did not even have her license, her permit. They bought her a car, a nice car. And we're just poor black kids in the South, and this girl driving around with a new car. And then didn't want to like pick any of us up. Didn't want to like drive anywhere. It's like, and I consider that person a really good friend. And, we're not friends anymore. And, I'm just thinking back a lot with the people around me being absolutely not people who were supportive, you know? I mean, early on when you're a kid, you don't know any better. And a lot of those friends I have nothing to do with anymore. I wish them the best and stuff. But I had really good friends that I thought like my sisters and stuff. And really. Uh-uh. If I'd had a better like upbringing, I think I would have been able to make better choices. And it's just looking back, you got all the 2020 vision and poor young Joy. Yeah. Well, that's my name. It's not. But yeah, so basically um I'm about to like have a little money again. I've been so broke. It's crazy. It's really not fun. It's actually expensive to be as broke as I've been because um you know, everything that you do has to be like one off. Like when I go to the grocery store, I can't buy for more than a certain amount of money. And that causes problems because like I don't want to keep coming back to the grocery every 2 days when I get a little money. And actually I have no money. That reminds me, I need to figure that out for tomorrow. See, I got stuff coming out and I don't have any money for it. And I need to actually do a little work. I'm gonna try to like make a little money on the little AI platform that I've been working on. And, with the self employment, I keep going the RFP route and request for proposal route. And sorry, I'm doing these acronyms, but not getting them. But you spend so much time like responding to them and submitting your proposal. And then the last one I submitted, I feel like okay, so they decided not to issue so they can like issue a request for people to respond with appropriate like responses to their inquiry on could you do this service for us? And then you say yes, and you submit how you would do it, and then they say yeah, that'd be great, and then they hire you. But if they don't like any of the proposals or something isn't working for them, they can just say, "Oh, you know what? We're going to reissue this," and that's what they did. So they are reissuing it, but they're using details from our proposal we submitted. I'm like, it's not illegal to do that, but it's just so disrespectful. I had a feeling that was going to happen. Anyway, it's just your intellectual property is just not your own when you do that, and taking a chance. So I'm doing it again because it's like doing consulting work. It's not easy, and this is one of the ways you get it. You submit proposals, and sometimes you get in, sometimes you don't, and it's just the I'm stuttering, the chance you take, and yeah, took a chance and it didn't work out. So anyway, that's kind of the long or the short of it. I don't really have any more updates to tell you the truth. I gotta look for a new place to live. Gotta move again. It's always so much fun. Um, and I've got to go through this like disability hearing. Hopefully that goes well, and try to still maintain some level of like professional work going because I'd rather have that in my life than nothing. It's so boring not to have any kind of responsibility at all. Like, you know, I don't think I'll ever want to retire 100% because then what do there's nothing to kind of do. Oh, so, I guess my answer to the whole Canada thing. mm, I think I'm gonna apply for a PhD program that I think would work really well for me. It's in Toronto, and it's a policy studies PhD program, which I have half of a um, public policy PhD now. Um, it was online, but I just really didn't feel good about like having a PhD from an online school. It's kind of looked down on, and I felt like they were changing the game. Like so, it was Walden University, so I signed up. They gave me like some bonus, and I was so broke. This was like when I first 2013 when I first started really having problems. I think I had a bit of a nervous breakdown when I got a divorce or whatever. Yeah, that was like a really hard time. And then when I came kind of like out of it, maybe I didn't all the way come out of it because I had fibromyalgia and then chronic fatigue, or maybe I had it all like anyway, I don't know. But I had to like figure it out once I let my job go. And I should have never let my job go. I should have gone out on like medical leave because that was really what was going on. I just felt like I couldn't handle anything anymore. But yeah, it was a really crazy time. It was really hard. Because I felt like people were trying to take away my yeah, it was just such a hard time. Maybe I'll tell that story one day. But I probably will because it comes up. But yeah, so I started that PhD program and I got like 2 years in, and they wanted me to spend extra money than outside of the program to like go and like be on site. But it wasn't like a school site. It was like they would get like these hotel. I forgot it was like in service or whatever. But I really felt like that was a grift because you had to like pay for outside of your tuition these weeks that you had to like go and do your in service or whatever. And I was just like, why? Why can't I be online doing it? I mean, I think it was just a grift because it didn't need to happen. And why do I have to like do it this way? And can't I don't know. It just was like weird. So I got gifted um, all this. I got gifted like a certain amount of money, and then they wanted it back when I came out, and I was just like, see. So I've been through it with um, trying to figure out how to survive. Like that was just a way for me to like have access to some loan money, which got all the way up to $100,000. However, because they that school was so shady. I was involved with a class action lawsuit, and eventually I was one of the lucky ones that got my loans forgiven. Woo, woo. So I don't have any loans to pay back, which I can't even imagine having to do that right now. You know, because they don't care about like you're bankrupt. It doesn't matter. You homeless, then it doesn't matter. They want their money back. So I am so glad I don't have that anymore. That is a real blessing. Um, and I think with like the Trump administration, they want people to pay more for it for their loans. Um so anyway, I'm gonna go to Toronto. I'm gonna apply to Toronto Metropolitan University for a PhD in policy studies. And they have a I get tired. I talk for a little while, I get tired. They have a special kind of like scholarship program for people who want to like do particular kind of policy analyses. And I think I'd be really good at like being a part of that. So only problem is that I'm partially disabled. So I think if I get in, I'll just have to say, look, I've got to get some special considerations, and it just probably take me a little longer. But I could do it. I could do it. Is if I could be remote and I can like take breaks, and you know I don't have to take. If I don't have to be full time, I can do it. But if I have to be full time, there's gonna be a problem. Um, but it's my way out of America. It's my way out, and it's also a way for me to get my PhD done, which is something I would really want to do. It is a bucket list item. So no one's here in my chat, per usual, but I think what I'm gonna try to do is just keep going. I get a view every here and again that's not me. Um, and if I keep going, eventually people will listen. And I think I'll just get better at like, making better videos. The reason why I'm always here is because I was in like this very boring, um, angle or whatever. It's because I'm barely able to sit up for very long. So that's why I think I'm gonna get like a little cute little cartoon that represents me, and then I can just talk freely because I feel really bad because it's like, you're just looking at me sitting here, kind of lounging, um, which, for some people is like really boring. But, I'm learning. I'm learning, what do I want to talk about? You know, what's my reason for doing this? My reason for doing this, I think, A is because I really want to talk about like my situation, just in case it helps somebody else. First of all, I mean, I struggle with a lot of things, mental health being one. And sometimes I listen to other people's like struggles because it makes me feel closer to normal. Like, oh, I'm not the only one like really having a hard time, right? Um, I don't know. Maybe it's, psychologically, maybe it's not great. But for me, listening to people talk about their issues like helps me kind of think about mine differently. And then, like one day I do want to like a little community of people who um, care about what I care about, right? I would love to start a conversation and have other people, respond. But it takes a little effort. It takes a lot of input. I started in California doing it, and then I kind of dropped off, and then now I'm back in North Carolina, and I probably should show people around, like where I live. And I think I did that a little bit in California, like my little apartment. I should look back on that stuff. It's so funny. Yeah, but this place is nice. She's not done fixing it up, and I don't know that she wants it on the internet, but I could probably show little bits and pieces of it. Um, and then once I move, I'll have more ability to kind of like set up my situation to be, you know, easier for me. It's like right now, this is not my house. This is her house, and I got to put it back the way it was, and kind of treat it almost like a. Well, it's going to be an Airbnb. That's why I'm leaving. But also, I wouldn't want to be here because, like, it's really one bedroom, and so when she's here, we kind of share space, so it's not really ideal. Anyway, so I'm gonna go. I think 25 minutes is a good amount of time for a video update. But I'm so excited to have like cash again. Like I have no money. Like I have negative money in my account. It's really, really upsetting. It's like I went to the grocery store the other day, spent $40. It was my last $40. And then I had like $8 left. And then they want to charge me a monthly fee. So now I'm like $2 in the hole. Yeah, this is what it's like when you can't work full time in this world. Like it's real. So, but I'm gonna come out of this, and I'm gonna like, you know, be able to figure out like what I want my life to be. Like I think I'm okay with like living with another person because honestly, I don't really get out that much, and sometimes I don't see people for a while. It's sort of nice to see another person. Until I like, have a boyfriend again or something. But even that, I don't know. But I don't know how that's gonna work. Um, but yeah, so I'm gonna, save money, having a roommate. Soon I'll own my car. Um, it's taking me so long to pay this car off because I keep pushing it back. I have to refinance it because I don't have enough money to like pay my bills sometimes. It's crazy. Um, but yeah, and just like reducing my overall monthly payments and like having space and stuff and not feeling pressed to like pay bills, I think will open me up to like be able to be creative in a YouTube channel and you know, put a little more time and effort into like thinking about like taking you guys out and showing you the world. But right now I'm so tired because I have to like make money other ways and etc. Yeah, anyway, so I'm gonna go. I hope that everyone's doing great today. It's Super Bowl Sunday. I hope your team won. Kansas City versus, I think, Philadelphia. Um, and that, you know, oh, yeah, that's what I say. Subscribe and like, and talk to you again probably next Sunday. Okay, bye.